So you know what Title 42 is?
No.
Okay, so Title 42 is the rule that doesn't allow people to cross the border who are unvaccinated or have potential to have COVID, whether they get tested or not. It was used by Donald Trump, and it's now being used by the Biden administration to prevent people seeking asylum from the southern border from coming into the United States and awaiting on the Mexican side to enter the U.S. You see plenty of, we've talked about this, there's the picture of the people on the horse, the ICE officials on the horse trying to corral, I guess, people.
Yeah.
Well, now, what's interesting about, what is wrong about this Title 42 is that people are allowed to come to the United States on an airplane, and there's no COVID restrictions as long as you're vaccinated and you take a negative PCR test. And certainly, it's very simple for the United States. We have over 1 billion extra vials of vaccine that if somebody is escaping asylum or somebody is escaping terror in their own country and they're applying for asylum as a refugee, that it would be pretty simple to give them a jab and say, okay, you know, take a PCR test, a jab, and come in. But they're using that as a pretext, this whole COVID thing, to prevent people from coming to the United States of America, from crossing the border, from applying for asylum. 1,383 medical professionals from 49 United States, including the District of Columbia, doctors, nurses, other health professionals, they've signed letters to the Centers for Disease Control, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, stating that the Title 42 order lacks epidemiological evidence and has no basis in public health best practice. Now, this was enacted by, as I said, Donald Trump. It has been used by President Biden to prevent people from coming to the border. They've returned thousands and thousands and thousands of Haitians back to Haiti. We know what's going on in Haiti right now. It's been used mostly to prevent people of color from crossing the border and applying for asylum. It hasn't prevented people from
Europe.
Well, Europe was barred for a while in all deference, but now Europeans are allowed back in if they are vaccinated and have a negative PCR test. Now, Alejandro Moreno of University of Texas at Austin Dell Medical School said that with these letters, the medical community is standing up to tell the Centers for Disease Control to stop invoking our profession to advance xenophobic immigration policy. The Title 42 order is junk science with no grounding in evidence and flies in the face of public health. Now, the United States government has used this order to expel children and adults seeking refuge nearly 1.2 million times. They have prevented 1.2 million people from seeking asylum because of Title 42. An investigation published by Physicians for Human Rights in June of 2021 showed how the Title 42 order results in family separations as well as psychological harms, including post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, and anxiety. On November 13th, the New York Times editorial board published a piece on their editorial section. They're also demanding that the Biden administration end Title 42. So the problem with the Biden administration wanting to end Title 42, you have President Biden, being accused by the Republicans of being soft on immigration, of having the worst problem on the immigration border. If you watch Fox News, you would think it's the end of the world, what's going on there with people, trying to escape persecution in Central America, Haiti, etc. It's pretty bad, but it's been bad for a long time. But they're blaming everything on Biden right now. Biden can't look soft on immigration, because if he does, certainly on the southern border, the Democrats are in a precarious position right now. They are poised to lose the midterm elections. They're poised to lose the House of Representatives. They're poised to lose the Senate. And if there was a presidential election right now, if Donald Trump was running against Joe Biden, Donald Trump would be our president again.
Yikes.
If it happened today. So President Biden can't look soft on immigration. Which is why I believe he's still invoking Title 42, although it absolutely is used as a pretext to prevent people from applying for asylum. It's a problem. It's a problem. Now, according to a November 3rd federal court filing, attorneys are still trying to reach the parents of 270 migrant children who were separated at the U.S.-Mexico border under the Trump administration. Now, President Biden, there was a lawsuit, or there is a lawsuit filed by the ACLU for and on behalf of the families that got separated. And apparently there was a news report that that lawsuit was going to be settled and that the Biden administration was going to pay each family that got separated $450,000 in that lawsuit for separating the families.
Yeah.
Even
though it happened under Trump's...
Even though it happened under Trump, it's still the United States of America.
Right.
Now, this American Civil Liberties started that legal action in 2019. Trump refused to settle. Biden wants to settle, but he has said that it is, maybe I'm paraphrasing him, hogwash that he would pay $450,000 per family. That would also look pretty bad politically, that you're giving $450,000 to families that, by the way, rightfully probably deserve it. But there's a lot of struggling families here in the United States of America as well. So, I mean, if you're a struggling family here and you saw that, I would be pissed. You would be pissed.
Yeah.
You would be pissed off.
I mean, me not having, thank God I don't have a struggling family right now, but I know people who are struggling, so I'm pissed for them,
And did you see this thing in the House of Representatives? Representative Congressman Paul Gosar of Arizona, he got stripped of his committee assignments after he posted a video to his social media accounts that depicted violence against AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York, and President Biden. And by the way, he's getting a lot of support now from the Republicans because of that.
Yeah.
You know what this all comes down to? I mean, even with immigration, with this Paul Gosar, with there's no more civility in American politics. There's no more, I'm in favor of this policy, I'm against this policy, and let's argue it out. Let's argue out a policy. It's, I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate Republicans.
Yeah.
And Republicans hate Democrats. And it's, I hate you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, because if you think about it, most people who vote Republican are voting against their economic interests. Why do they vote Republican, Jonathan, if they're voting against, a middle-class person would be economically far better voting for a Democrat than a Republican?
I honestly feel like it's because of the majority of minorities, which aren't minorities for real, are Democrats.
Well, so I would say there's a lot of minorities who also vote Republican. If you look at, I'm not saying a majority, but there is a large minority. If you look at, for example, the presidential election in Miami, Florida. Okay. The Democrats thought they were going to win Miami by a landslide, and as a result of that, carry Florida. They didn't.
But that was from scaring them.
They didn't.
Yeah.
And there's lots of immigrants who vote Republican. You see it all the time. I'm not saying most do, but why are people voting against their economic interests?
To me, it's gotta be something that has to do with race, because that makes no sense for. Well, to me,
but it's very interesting also that if you see people polls and they say, would you rather live in a racially mixed neighborhood or would you rather live in a non-racially mixed neighborhood? A majority of Americans would prefer to live in a racially mixed neighborhood. Okay, so you have a majority of Americans who say they want to live with other people who don't look and sound like them, yet at the same time they're voting against their economic interests.
So what is it? Because
I don't know the answer.
But what is your thoughts?
People don't like change. I think people don't like change.
Even if it affects them.
People don't like change. So they see immigrants as change.
Right.
Immigrants see new immigrants as change.
Right.
And I think that when you see, this, for example, woke, the term woke became a negative term now. In many circles, not in your circles.
Not in my circle.
Right, but in many circles, it's become negative. It's become negative in the sense that, and you're telling somebody just, hey, be awake of what you're saying and what you're doing and what's going on around you.
It's catered to a certain.
It's taken a negative connotation.
That ain't negative in our culture. We're the one who use it.
People don't like change. That's my take on it. Yeah. And but
those people, I feel like y'all got a problem.
We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, do you see this Jacob Chansley? He's the QAnon shaman. Is it shaman or shaman? Shaman. This guy. Do we have a picture of him? Maybe we do. He's the guy who was all dressed up in the, with all the makeup and everything.
Where? At the Capitol.
There he is. This guy.
Yeah, this guy with the.
Yeah, he just got sentenced to 41 months in prison.
That's it.
That's it.
And he was like the face of.
He is the face of the insurrection.
41 months.
He is the face of the insurrection. He got 41 months. The judge says you didn't slug anybody, but what you did do was you were there actually you obstructed the functioning of the whole government. You know what you did was wrong. Now Chansley has said that he was wrong, and he has come out and said he's wrong. He's sorry he did it. The judge said he admired him for coming to terms with what he did was wrong. Chansley, this is the shaman, said, men of honor admit when they're wrong, not just publicly, but to themselves. I was wrong for entering the Capitol. I have no excuse whatsoever. The behavior is indefensible. And by the way, every defense attorney tells them to say that.
Right.
Okay. No judge wants to hear an excuse why you did something wrong. Even in immigration court. You're in immigration, you're facing deportation for a crime you committed 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Even if you feel you didn't do it. Even if you feel you were railroaded. The judge doesn't want to hear your story about why you were railroaded. The judge doesn't want to hear your story about why you were innocent. You pled guilty, you were found guilty. The judge wants to hear you did it, you're sorry for what you did, it won't happen again. Which is the most typical thing that defense attorneys tell you, as well as immigration attorneys. So that's what I am sure his defense attorneys told him to do. He gave a 40-minute speech about how sorry he was, why he did everything wrong, probably saved him about 5 years in jail. That speech.
I feel like you get, if he was a black man that stole, a car or stole, some Louis, you would probably get a lot more years than that, and that's wild to me, because this was, you stormed the Capitol.
Well, listen, there are black men in jail for selling dime bags for multiple times, 2-3 times, and they're in jail for life. Right?
That's wild. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
All right, and coronavirus, Yo-Yo. Before we get into our tea.
That means we're getting into tea soon.
47.9 million confirmed coronavirus cases, 772,500 deaths. Yesterday it was 770,000, I believe. So it was 2,500 people died overnight and into today of COVID in the United States of America. On Friday, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and the Centers for Disease Control announced that they're authorizing boosters for everybody over the age of 18.
All right.
So if you got Pfizer or Moderna, you need the third shot now. And if you got Johnson & Johnson like me, you need the second shot.
Yeah.
I got my second shot. I had the Johnson & Johnson. I went for my second shot.
You did.
I did, which is why our show was delayed another week.
It was. Oh,
I mean, you don't want to hear my story. If you heard my story, nobody would take the next booster.
No, it's scary. Right? I saw some people in the comments asking. I think it was Carol Anderson, the Tiger, asking if anybody got their booster.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. It wasn't pleasant.
I haven't gotten mine yet.
Eventually, everyone's going to have to do it.
Yeah.
I think people will be a little slower to do it this time, but eventually,
I just have to prepare because I know I got sick for the first one, so I have to do it.
And you've also had COVID.
Yes, but crazy thing was when I had COVID, it wasn't even as bad as how sick I was with the shot.
Anecdotally, and this is just anecdotally. Mm-hmm. All right, I had COVID.
And your COVID was bad.
My COVID was bad, and then I got a shot. That was bad. And then I got the booster, and that was bad too.
This COVID is just not good for you.
It's not good. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't mix with my blood.
Yeah. So that's good that you got yours.
Yes.
I see Sandra Rose Studdard got hers as well. So Carol Anderson, the Tiger, took her booster shot as well.
How did everybody do? Let us know.
Yeah, how'd you guys do? How you feel?
Let us know in the comment section. I did terrible. I ended up with like 104 fever for 2 days.
Yeah, sheesh.
Yeah, it was bad.
But then,
we have fine.
Yeah, and then we have people that are on our crew that got, the booster and felt great.
That's right.
So,
There's one person crew told, I don't want to
right, that's what I said.
talk about anybody's particular health, but one person told me after they heard my story, they were freaking out.
Right.
Freaking out. They didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And then they did it, and they were prepared with all their medicine all weekend long.
It was working out over the weekend. So listen, it will not affect everybody the same way.
That is right. You never know. You never know. All right, we have some tea. I'm very thirsty.
I am too.
I wonder if we have any tea.
Look, you see I got my little holiday turtleneck.
Let's see. Do we have tea?
I wonder if it's peppermint.
No, the butler's here.
Not peppermint.
Not peppermint.
I hope you don't have the leftover tea from
last
a month ago. No. What do you have today?
I have ginger tea today.
You have ginger tea. Oh, that's very nice. Is that going to keep me up tonight? Does that have caffeine in it? If you're keeping me up tonight, Jay Rhymes.
My gut says.
My gut says the ginger tea has caffeine. I'm going to be calling you at 2 in.
Ginger tea is actually good for you, though. Ginger.
It's very good to prevent colds, and also it's very good.
Thank you
very much. Excellent job. Yes, and you're very well.
I'm thankful for the both.
You're very well shaven today.
Right.
I don't know what happened. Usually you come with a like a 6 o'clock shadow or whatever, but you're very well shaved.
It's very 1 o'clock. Today.
It's 1 o'clock today. Okay. Well, cheers.
This is
yummy. You can still say cheers to tea as long as it's not water, right? You can't say cheers to water. That's bad luck. It's also bad luck, jinx. You ever do that when you're a kid? Jinx, now you can't talk. What do I have to say? Yo, 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 yo.
Thank you. You guys see? Or else you pinch me. See, I follow the rules. This is good.
Ginger tea. Oh, my God, I'm wide awake now. There's so much caffeine in this thing.
This is yummy.
All right, well, I hope everybody joins us for some tea. It's Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes.
It's the 95th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh, man.
Do you like that parade?
Funny thing is, I don't even really watch it, but I like having it on the TV as the family's cooking and we're just around. I just like to see it from the corner of my eye.
From the corner of your eye.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to see it personally?
No.
I have.
No. Yeah.
It's very crowded.
It's very crowded. I could only imagine. I'm always in California.
Really, the only thing you can see, unless you stopped at they stop along the parade route and they perform. So if you really camp out where they're performing, it could be good. I was never camped out where they're performing, so I was just kind of in the crowd, and you just kind of watch everybody walk by, and it's fun to see the balloons.
Yeah.
It's also fun for those who are in New York City to go to the West Side tomorrow night. If you go to the West Side, you see all the balloons being blown up.
Oh.
And you don't have to then go to the parade, and you just walk the side streets, all in the West 60s and West 70s. They blow all the balloons up Wednesday night in the West 60s and West 70s. All the side streets are closed. So if you want to check out all the balloons, but you don't want to deal with the crowds, here's Uncle Brad's tourism tip of the day. On Tuesday Tea, we're going to start with Uncle Brad's tourism tip of the day.
Yeah, please. I would love that.
Because I travel all over. Go see the balloons Wednesday night. You don't have to go to the parade on Thursday.
It's Wednesday night? It's
Wednesday night.
Dang.
No, not tonight. Tomorrow night.
If it was tonight, I was going to go because I leave tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, they blow everything up. So Carrie Underwood, country star. She's going to be the big attraction. And that the event returns to its in-person format after going virtual in 2020. I don't even remember what they did in 2020. What kind of virtual parade?
What? I don't remember.
I was the depressed. Before He Cheats singer. I don't know this. Do you know that song? I don't know anything she sings.
I don't either.
You don't look like a Carrie Underwood fan.
Definitely not.
No. Well, she sings a song before He Cheats. It's not about me.
You're not a cheater.
I'm not a cheater. Is it about you?
Men aren't cheaters.
They're not? Yeah, I bet there's a lot of women who would tend to disagree with your assessment, Jonathan.
Hey,
other stars,
I stand with what
other stars that are set to appear at the parade. By the way, talking about, I saw in the comments before. I wanted to ask, because I don't know 100%. But Carol Anderson, the Tiger, said ginger tea. She drinks it every day, so she would know. Am I drinking like a ton of caffeine right now?
I don't feel like ginger has caffeine.
I don't know why. Why do I think ginger tea has caffeine in it?
Because it has a sharp taste.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. So, anyways, at the parade, it's going to be Kristen Chenoweth, Darren Criss, Kim Petras. Who's Kim Petras? Chris Lane, Andy Grammer, Nelly, we know, Kelly Rowland.
We know her.
And they're going to have performances from 3 different musicals, 6 Moulin Rouge and Wicked.
Oh.
Yeah. And, of course, special appearance from... You know him.
Santa
Claus. No Thanksgiving Day parade is complete without the big fat jolly guy.
Come on.
Right. We're not talking about pumpkin. We're talking about Santa Claus. All right. There's an evil pumpkin and there's a happy Santa Claus, right?
Yep. They are going in the comments. I stand by what I said. Men aren't cheaters.
Oh, Yo, I think you're gonna lose that one. Yo-Yo's losing that one. Not to say women don't cheat too,
Right.
but I would say.
Don't say more.
I would
you don't
say
know
this.
Unless we know.
I don't know.
Ronald McDonald wouldn't say this.
Anecdotally, I would say men cheat more than women. But there are men who don't cheat, and there are also women who don't cheat. But that's my take on it. Meanwhile, let me ask you this question, Yo-Yo.
Go ahead.
I gotta drink some tea.
Oh yeah, right. I gotta drink some tea
By the way,
for that.
this is not even Wednesday, right? We're getting into this.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. When are you eating your Thanksgiving dinner?
So I like to eat mine towards the evening, so like 6, 7. I like to, but then we eat it around like...
Public service announcement. Carol Anderson says it does not have caffeine. It's an herb tea. There you go.
There you go.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
All right, Jay Rhymes, you're off the hook. I won't call you at 2 a.m.
We could go for a second round.
If I'm up at 2 a.m, I was going to blame Jay Rhymes,
right.
but now
you
I can't blame him anymore. It's just going to be my own anxiety, not the caffeine.
Not the caffeine.
So when are you eating Thanksgiving dinner, by the way?
So I would ideally like to eat it around like between 6 and 7.
Between 6
like
and 7.
6.
But some people like
6.
2, some people like 2, some people like 3,
No,
4 o'clock.
No. And I don't eat the whole day. I might eat like a little some snack in the morning, but I don't eat so I can save my appetite.
So Kelly Ripa, you know Kelly from Kelly and Ryan,
yes.
She started a whole controversy on the internet because she said on our show on Friday, Thanksgiving dinner is dinner, which means it should happen at dinner time. She doesn't understand why people are having Thanksgiving dinner between 2 and 4 p.m. That's lunch. That's not lunch. Thanksgiving dinner. And
I agree.
I'm quoting her. I do not understand everyone's... Oh, we have a video. Let's see the video.
I do not understand everybody's obsession with having Thanksgiving dinner at 2 p.m. and then you're hungry again at 6 and 7 and 8.
She's very passionate about that.
I don't know what kind of Thanksgiving dinner she's going to, but
no,
they
people
might.
do.
If you're having Thanksgiving dinner at 2 o'clock,
that's weird.
And you're hungry at 6 o'clock, you're not having Thanksgiving dinner. You're eating salad.
Right.
All right. Look at her. She's probably eating salad anyway at Thanksgiving dinner.
No.
All right. You can't be hungry 4 hours after eating a Thanksgiving dinner, even at 2 o'clock. You're stuffing your face at Thanksgiving.
No, but see, the thing is, you get the itis after. So then every time you sleep, you'll wake up and then an hour later you're like, I'm kind of hungry again. So you don't get that once you eat Thanksgiving dinner. But if you're eating at 2, then you're going to, you get the itis. You wake up at like 4, 5. And then by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you want to eat again. But, so like, I can say if you are single, you're young, you're not spending it with your family, then you would like a 2 o'clock because you can go and house, jump the houses. That's true,
but if with your family.
With your family, which is how I spend it.
You got to start dinner by 4 or 5 o'clock because everyone's congregating by 12, 1 o'clock. All right, you're talking. What are you going to do for the 7 hours till 7 o'clock? No one says come over. The family doesn't say come over at 7. You're over at your family's by 1 o'clock. You got nothing to do, so they got to start serving food. That's what I think.
So what time do you like to?
I like to eat between 5 and 6.
Okay, so that's cool.
So I don't eat the lunch. I have breakfast. So I have a nice breakfast.
Yeah, don't
no
eat
lunch. And go hungry to dinner at 5.
Yeah.
And then stuff your face with the turkey and the stuffing and the potatoes. And all sorts of potatoes. Sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, regular potatoes, those little potatoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The little ones?
The little ones.
Yeah, all the different
that.
potatoes.
Woo.
Meanwhile...
Tell us what you guys like for Thanksgiving dinner, though. Let me know.
Meanwhile, still on the cheating, all right? People are going crazy on at least Facebook. Jessica Kalibi saying, men don't cheat. Yeah, right. And I was born a man.
What?
And It's Apple Pie says, no women ever cheat, Brad. Just kidding. Just kidding. So what are we all eating dinner for Thanksgiving?
So we could agree to 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
5 to 6.
I think 2 is too early.
2 is way too early.
And like 7, 8 o'clock to have a big dinner and then it would lie in your stomach.
8 is too late as well. I would say
way
6.
Too late. Way too late.
6 is
way
good.
Too late.
6 is a good time.
By the way, Willie L. Williams says he's working on Thanksgiving.
Oh, I have a friend that's working on Thanksgiving too.
But did you see Target said they're going to close on Thanksgiving because they don't want their employees to have to work on Thanksgiving.
Oh.
And Target's probably going to lose a lot of money from that.
Yeah. Well, they'll probably reopen for Black Friday.
Yes, they'll make it all up on Black Friday.
Right.
Yeah,
so that makes sense.
But there's a big thing. I believe, and I could be wrong, I believe Willie L. Williams is a truck driver, right?
Oh, that makes sense.
So he's probably, driving right now. By the way, he's in high demand.
Yeah.
Okay, truck drivers are in high demand. But there is a big push now, certainly on the internet, for everybody to be off on Thanksgiving.
Would you rather be off on Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Would I rather be off on Thanksgiving or Christmas? Me personally, given the choice?
Yes.
I would rather be off on Thanksgiving than Christmas. But
okay,
I'm a Bernstein.
Yes, well, I do understand that.
So perhaps if I was an Elias or an O'Brien...
Can you guess what I'd rather be off on?
Christmas.
Absolutely.
Of course. Right, the only thing open on Christmas is the Chinese restaurants.
Right.
You're either eating at home or you're going to a Chinese restaurant.
Casinos.
Right, maybe. Yes. All right. So we got to talk Britney Spears quickly.
Okay, let's do it.
Because we gave. But Britney Spears, she's out of a conservatorship after 13 years. The mother wants to have Thanksgiving dinner with her, and you know who she has to thank for being out of this? Her fans. Her fans
Absolutely.
did it. If she didn't have fans, she'd be screwed for life.
Yeah.
And nobody would have cared.
Too, and she
nobody would have cared.
She gives them the credit.
Nobody would have cared. She even said, she put out a video. She said, "Good God, I love my fans so much. It's crazy. I think I'm going to cry the rest of the day. Hashtag freed Britney."
Yeah.
Freed Britney, not free. Freed.
Because she's about to. Yes, it's a new hashtag.
Yeah, new hashtag.
Yeah.
But imagine all the people who are having these conservatorship problems, who are not
that
Britney
don't have fans
They don't
like
have
that.
fans. They don't have Britney Spears fans. She's not Britney Spears. They're not famous people.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Now, what is the deal with the mother? The mother allowed the father to do this for 13 years.
Right.
And now all of a sudden she's like, oh, I was really fighting for Britney this whole time. And, I wish
I never saw anything from her. No videos,
Never.
No posts, no anything from her saying that, Jamie should not be doing what he's doing. So
you know what I think? I think everyone had their hands in the pot.
Absolutely.
The mother,
the sister, the father,
Jinx.
Double Jinx. Brad.
Thank you.
He said 3 times. See, you follow the rules.
I follow the rules.
Good job.
Right. Either that or punch me.
Right.
All of a sudden, Yo-Yo gets up and just smacks me in the face.
But I would do it right here when the picture is there so they wouldn't see me.
All of a sudden, you come back, my nose is bleeding. I'm like, what the heck happened? Well,
what happened?
I can talk now. All right. And let's go to a Thanksgiving story. Two Thanksgiving stories, by the way, both nice.
Okay.
Before we get to our immigration
nice.
questions. All right. Susan Orrego Villegas and her husband Edward, they recently moved from Columbia to Brookline, Massachusetts. Columbia, the country in South America.
Okay, not Columbia, Maryland.
Correct. Mm-hmm. And both of them, they're international students. They've never experienced a Thanksgiving before. Okay. So when they came on student visas and all their fellow classmates were telling them, where they're going off for Thanksgiving, they felt a little sad that they have no family here. They don't even know what Thanksgiving is. It's not a celebration in Colombia.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what to do with themselves. So on October 26th, Susanna posted a photo of her and her husband asking if anyone was willing to share Thanksgiving dinner with them.
Oh.
In the post, she wrote, "We are a super lovely couple. I want to know more about American culture. I want to have our first traditional Thanksgiving with an American family."
Okay.
And within a few days, more than 100 people commented, some from around the United States of America. She got over 100 invites to Thanksgiving dinner. She said she made the post with no expectations, only for people to give us recommendations to go for a restaurant that would be open.
Oh. And that's not even the real feel of Thanksgiving.
And they finally chose to go to nurse practitioner Carol Lesser, who lives less than 10 minutes from the couple.
Perfect.
And she was chosen of all the 100+ people who invited them to dinner. They were
chosen.
very popular.
Right.
She says, "I woke up one morning and saw it come across my feed, and I had this instantaneous reaction to reach out." This is the nurse, Carol Lesser. "This beautiful woman's post spoke to me. She had a genuine curiosity in what we do here for the holidays." So that is the spirit of Thanksgiving.
I love that.
That is the spirit of Thanksgiving.
Is that them?
Well, I don't think that they had the Thanksgiving dinner yet. That's the Lesser family from a different Thanksgiving.
Right. So they're joining them?
They're joining this family.
They
are joining this family.
That's a good Thanksgiving to experience.
And do you remember? We've talked about this story almost every Thanksgiving.
The grandma?
Grandma.
Yes.
Yes. Now, what started out as a text to a wrong number has led to years of friendship and shared Thanksgiving meals for Jamal Hinton and Wanda Dench. It's now a holiday tradition, 6 years.
The entire world literally waits for the picture that he posts saying that she's invited him again.
Yes, it's great. It's every year.
Yeah.
Now, for those who don't remember, the grandma sent a wrong text message, and she's an old elderly white lady to this young black man.
Yeah.
And she goes, "What time are you coming for Thanksgiving?"
He's like,
and,
"Who's this?"
"Who's this?" And she goes, "I'm inviting you to thank your grandma." And he goes, "Oh, I don't have a grandma."
Yeah, he was like, because I remember exactly what he said. He was like, "Well, send me a picture." Right. And then she sent the picture. It's like a white lady, and he sent a picture of himself like this. He's like, "You ain't my grandma, but can I still get a plate?"
Right, that was it. That was the story.
I remember
that's
this
exactly
so
what happened. Right. I'm like, yep, I got you. So 6 years later, she invited him.
Yeah.
And they've had this friendship with the family. There they are now.
They are.
And they're still 6 years later having Thanksgiving dinner
sad,
together.
They lost the husband due to COVID last year. So that was really sad.
So Hinton,
look at them. You see they have
Hinton.
little...
She's the Hinton is the young man, right? And Dench is the grandma.
Mm-hmm.
So Hinton, the young man,
Wanda and Jamal,
right, told Time that each year the Thanksgiving dinner serves as a time to catch up on each other's lives and events. He said they rarely watch TV and instead spend hours talking and laughing. Time just kind of flies. We don't even realize how long we've been together there. They're really good company, he said, describing their dinners together. And what's also amazing is not only the racial difference, but the age difference. And they have such a great time.
Yeah, he started bringing his girlfriend.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
Yeah, because he didn't have a girlfriend at the time.
Well,
so
he got famous now. He got famous. He got
So it's family does not always have to be blood, and this right here is a perfect example.
No. Yeah, and it's both great Thanksgiving Day stories.
I love that. That was great.
Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.